I got Matty writes in from Chandler, Arizona. He goes, I make Moscow meals on Fridays while playing Sequence. Fun game with the wife.
It's a board game. I looked it up.
Oh, I think it's something else. All righty. And drive the 2014 Toyota RAV4. Okay, very cool, Matty. You ever play Sequence, Big Al, with the lady friend?
No, never heard of it.
I'm gonna get into it. Now I'm married. I've got to figure out what the hell Sequence is. little Friday night action. I work at a small family business making $100,000, and I have a bad simple IRA managed by a third party making high commissions. I've tried to switch and do the legwork, but they have friends in the business and are resistant to changing. Okay. The funds available have 5.75% load fees or 2% annual management fees, and there are no good options. All I want is some low-cost index funds or TDF. Those are the
target date funds.
Target date funds, yeah, TDFs, that don't have exorbitant costs. I've read that after 2 years from the first contribution, I can roll over my balance to a rollover IRA while I'm still employed. Can you shed some light on this strategy and any possible pitfalls? I love my job and want to continue working here for as long as I'm able. I will max out my simple this year and max my Roth, my wife's Roth, and our HSA, but want to take advantage of the tax deferred dollars without getting crushed by fees. I am hoping to roll over once per year and continue working at this great job. Secondly, can I roll this yearly to a Roth and pay the taxes yearly to stash away some extra Roth money? I'm 33, married with a 3 yow and a 1 yow. We have doing great these past few years, but just started investing a few years ago. I'm trying to catch up a bit, set ourselves up for a bright future. My income may continue to go up, and I would like to get a good stash. Good stash. Big Al had a nice stash.
I thought I had
a
yeah, I did. But it turned gray and it didn't suit me anymore.
Well, you just dyed red.
Yeah, that wouldn't look good either.
He wants a good stash of Roth dollars. He's got a simple balance of 15,000, Roth of 40 grand, HSA of 12, brokerage account of 25. Okay, so he's got a simple plan, high fees, big commissions up front. Simple plans are, he worked for a small business. He had like a small family business, and he went to the owner and was like, hey, this plan sucks. Fix the plan. And then the owner of the company is like, no, these guys are my boys.
Yeah, they're friends.
They're not changing the plan.
We go way back. I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't want to upset my boys here. So he doesn't want to cause a rift. He likes his job. And so he's thinking, hey, can I do an in-service withdrawal from the simple plan after 2 years? I don't think he can. I think the plan itself can move, but as a participant of the simple plan, as an employee of that, I don't know.
Well, I don't know the answer to that either. However, what I do know is that you can, or you may be able to transfer after 2 years to an IRA. You have to wait 2 years. It's kind of a weird thing. You can go to another simple IRA, which presumably is if you quit, right? And then transfer at that point. But after 2 years, you can go to an IRA. If you don't wait 2 years, then there's a 25% penalty in addition to the tax. So it's not something that you want to do. But I suppose it depends upon the plan. Simple IRA plans are usually pretty simple. And
right.
I'm not sure. I don't think most of them allow in-service withdrawals, but I guess you'd have to go check with the plan.
Because, all right, so here's the deal is that I'm the business owner. I want to set up a retirement plan for myself. I want to, I got a couple of employees, and I don't want to set up a 401k plan because it's going to cost me too much money. I got to get a third-party administrator. I got to do all this accounting. I got to do the 5500s. I got to do all this other stuff. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to set up a simple plan. And so I'm going to call up my boys at American Funds or whatever, and they're going to come. And so they have high commission fees when you put your dollars in. And then, the internal fees are fairly high. And so Matty's like, this plan is garbage. But I think he's stuck with the plan as a participant. If he owned the business, then he's fine once you establish it. And the reason why they had that rule is because they know one small business owner establishing a plan as a tax shelter, in putting dollars away, and they're probably, doing something different with the plan. And I think that rule is so old and stupid, but I mean, who am I to change anything that maybe we could put that in the Secure Act now.
Maybe we could, but I think that I think we are probably right. But the thing to do is to go to the plan itself and see if it allows that, which it probably doesn't.
Here's a better question for you, Al. Even though I'm stuck with some commissions up front and some internal costs, do you still contribute to the plan? Do you get the tax deduction, or do you bypass the plan altogether?
Well, with the simple, you can put away 12, 13,000. I don't remember the number right now. So it's a lot more than you could do a Roth IRA or regular IRA, but let's see.
So if he's maxing it out, you put $13,000 in. I don't know what tax bracket he's in.
Well, and plus you get a match, either 2 or 3%, depending upon what the employer picked.
Right. So
I would do that, even
though
right. Yeah, with the fees, most of the fees are one time. I mean, that's not great. I agree. Most investments now have no loads, and 2% is a fairly high ongoing rate, but it's not outrageous. The outrageous part is up front. But I think if you think about the match you're getting and the tax deduction, I think it's still worth it.
Yeah, it's going to offset the costs and fees. And the reason why there's costs and fees and why we still see some of these plans with smaller employers is because they don't want to pay for all the administration of it. That's why, I mean, they're just passing the cost to the employee is basically kind of what they're doing, because that plan probably didn't cost the employer anything. Here, we'll set it up for you. No problem. We'll manage the plan for you. Sounds great. Right. And then so how they're getting compensated for setting up the plan is through the commissions and internal costs and fees. So I get it. I mean, ideally, it's not, there's going to be drag on it, but you're young. It's a great, I mean, if you don't have the plan, are you going to, let's say he maxes it out and puts $13,000 in. I mean, that saves him about, who knows his tax bracket, but maybe $3,000 to $4,000 in tax. Plus he gets a match of another few $1,000. I mean, I think that should offset the cost, but.
Are you prepared for retirement? Schedule a free financial assessment with an experienced financial professional right online at purefinancial.com.